প্রিয় দর্শক আসসালামু আলাইকুম। কোর ভিশন ফাউন্ডেশনের উদ্যোক্তা উন্নয়ন কার্যক্রম ভিশন ফর সাকসেসে স্বাগতম। দর্শক, সফলতা আমাদের সবার কাম্য। প্রতিটি ক্ষেত্রে আমরা চাই সফলতার জন্য করছি প্রতিযোগিতা, কিন্তু সফলতার সংজ্ঞা, এর মাপকাঠি কি আমাদের জানা আছে? সম্পদ, নাম, ক্ষমতা পেলেই কি আমি সফল? কোরআন ও সুন্নাহর আলোকে এইসব প্রশ্নের উত্তর খুঁজতে কোর ভিশন ফাউন্ডেশনের উদ্যোক্তা উন্নয়ন কার্যক্রম ভিশন ফর সাকসেস। দর্শক, গত প্রায় এক মাস ধরে আমরা বিভিন্ন বিষয়ের উপর আলোচনা করেছি। সবাইকে ঈদের শুভেচ্ছা। আজকে আলোচনা কোরআন ও সুন্নাহর আলোকে ইম্পর্টেন্স অফ ঈদ। হিয়ার উইথ আস ইমাম শামসি আলী, ডাইরেক্টর জামাইকা মুসলিম সেন্টার। ব্রাদার, আসসালামু আলাইকুম।
Wa alaikum salam.
How are you?
Alhamdulillah.
So we have been actually discussing for the whole month about a different topic. So now we are going to celebrate the Eid. So in the light of Quran, Hadith, what is Eid and what is the importance of Eid?
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillah. First, we thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that finally we completed the month of Ramadan. We pray for all of us that may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has accepted our fast, our qiyam at night, and our recitation of the Holy Quran, our dua, our charity, and every single ibadah that we did in the last days of Ramadan. May Allah have forgiven our sin as well. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make easy for us, inshallah ta'ala, in this coming days, weeks, and months, and years as well. So at the end of the Ramadan, Muslims are highly recommended. I say recommended because it is not obligation, it's recommendation, but it's very highly recommended by the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam to pray Eid. Now, the meaning of Eid is to return. It means to come back. And Eid has two. Islam has two Eid. One is Eid al-Fitri, and the second one is Eid al-Adha. Eid al-Fitri means to return, and Fitri has different opinions of scholars. Some scholars say Fitri here means come back to food, mean eating as normal as used to, because Fitr, like iftar, is eating. So Eid al-Fitri means come back to eat again. But most of the scholars don't understand in that way. Most of the scholars say that al-Fitr means fitrat. It means nature, it means purity. So come back to our purity. So after observing fasting for the whole month of Ramadan, doing ibadah, making ourselves closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, asking for forgiveness from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we are becoming cleansed. We are becoming pure. And that is, we are coming back to our purity as a fitri, human being, as fitra. As Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned in the Holy Quran, fitrat Allahi allati fatara an-nasa alayha, la tabdila li khalqillah. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created human beings on the state of that purity, the purity of God. And that purity never change, but sometimes it's corrupted. Corrupted by what? Corrupted by our own ego, by our own desire, by our own environment. And so our fitra becomes corrupted. So after the month of Ramadan, we did try to cleanse it by abstaining from food, drink, and every single thing that displeases Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So again, Eid al-Fitr means come back to celebrate our fitra, our purity. But I think one of the most important meanings of Eid is to celebrate the success. And that's why Ramadan basically is the month of success, the month of falah in Arabic language. What does it mean to be successful? Because getting out from the month of Ramadan is not only we ended it, no more Ramadan, but more importantly we end with success. So what does it mean to be success? In my view, there are 5 points that need to be grasped, to be achieved. These are the highest goals of fasting. Number 1 is to grasp and to achieve back what I used to call the real essence of submission. Islam is about submission. And this life, for those who believe in God, in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, is submission.
Submission to God.
Submission to God. When I say I'm Muslim, it means I am submissive to God. When we have that submission, it means that we see that every single thing in life is being controlled by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. My life is being controlled. The circulation of the blood is being controlled. The circulation of the nerve on my mind is being controlled by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The oxygen that goes in and out from my body also being controlled by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That basically makes me feeling that at the end of the day I have to obey Him. So the sense of submission the essence of submission makes me more obedient to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So this is the goal. At the end of the Ramadan, you will see Muslims are more obedient to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Obedience is not only praying 5 times daily, but you obey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in every single aspect of human's life. You eat, you obey Allah. You eat what? Halal. You don't have to steal from anyone to eat. You drink halal. You don't drink alcohol, for example. Okay, so everything is obedience. Every single thing that you do is a part of obedience, ita'ah. And that is the meaning of the ayah of the Holy Quran. وَلِلَّهِ يَسْجُدُ مَا فِي السَّمَاوَاتِ وَمَا فِي الْأَرْضِ. And to Allah, every single thing in the heaven and in the earth making sujood. What is the meaning of making sujood? Obey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The sun obeys Allah. The stars obey Allah. The moon obeys Allah. The trees obey Allah. The sea obeys Allah. The small fishes in the sea obeys Allah. So every single creations obeys Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. At the end of Ramadan, Muslims are coming back to the obedience. And when you obey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you are going to have the result of that submission. What is the result of Islam? Submission. Peace. So at the end of Ramadan, Muslims are going to feel more peaceful life. Okay, this is number one. This is the goal of fasting. Number two, we are going to rebuild our human vision. You know, we are living our life must be with vision, like core vision. You know, what is the vision of life? Sometimes we ask this self, you know, I'm here, you know, I wake up in the morning, going to my home at night, leaving my family, going to different places, looking for money. What is really the purpose? That, you know, this question is very crucial. And the only way to get that response by knowing our vision of life. So what is the vision of life? The vision of life in Arabic is called niyat. But Muslims, when they mention the word niyat, their minds go to the prayer. Their minds go to the fasting. Their minds go to Hajj or Umrah. No. Niyat is not only that. Of course, you have to have niyat in the salat. But niyat is even more crucially needed in living our life. Every day you live your life in 24 hours and you don't know for what. You don't know what is the niyat of your life. You eat, you don't know what is the niyat. You go out looking for money, what is the niyat. You are suffering in the farm, in the offices. You are tearing sometimes bleeding, looking for this dunya, and you don't know what is the purpose. So that is a suffering. For people who do not know vision of life, they are suffering, no matter how much money they gain in life. And that's why fasting basically is reminding us again about the vision of life. Do you know why? Because one of the most destructive, you know, obstacle to have our true vision is this dunya, this material thing. I don't mean that we don't have to have this material. It's a must. We have to be rich. We have to be successful. We have to be powerful. But having this dunya by forgetting the vision of life is truly making us going away. And that is the meaning of the Holy Quran, Al-Hakum Takathur. You are making forgetful by the world, by these materials. You are collecting money, you count it, you know, you save it, but then that's it. You don't know what is behind that, what is after that. And that's make you blinded about the vision of life. So again, this is the second thing that we need to achieve during the month of Ramadan. That's what we celebrate.
We'll take a short break. We'll come back soon. Dear viewers, you're watching Vision for Success. Stay with us. Dear viewers, welcome back. You are watching Vision for Success. Here with us, Imam Shamsi Ali. Yes, brother. But one thing we can, there's two questions. One is return means return to our previous life before Ramadan, what we had, the same life, same thing,
Sure.
or return with some
Yes.
kind of guidance.
The first understanding is more literal understanding. And as I said many times, that understanding things literally might be misleading. You should like come back to the normal life, and that is useless. After spending this fasting Ramadan with all days, hot seasons, not eating during daytime, and then you just come back normally, because you come back to eat. That's not the purpose of fasting. So I think the second meaning is more appropriate, and that is returning to our purity, to our nature, human essence. There is something inside of our heart that so pure. No people can deny it. For example, about God. Everyone believes the existence of God. Everyone believes that doing good things is good. It is it's lovely. Helping your brothers, smiling to your brothers. And everyone knows that doing bad is bad. No one wants to do bad, basically, but his heart is being blinded by desire sometimes. You know, I have this story sometimes I mentioned this story, that two friends, they have same mentality because they are so close one another. And their habit is to steal, going out stealing. So one day, the first person stole some money. The second one was not succeeding. He didn't steal. He didn't get any money, by the way. So the first person came home and he put the money under his mattress before sleeping. And then in the morning he went out again to look for to steal from some others. And his friend knew that he left his money. So what the friend did, he stole the money. And then he ran away. When the first person came, he found his money gone away. He was so angry. Why he was angry? Because basically, naturally, he didn't like to steal. Nobody liked to steal. But why he was stealing? Because his desire. So it means we have a human innocence that cannot be denied. Everybody was born in the state of purity. كُلُّ مَوْلُودٍ يُولَدُ عَلَى الْفِطْرَةِ. Every human being was born in the state of purity. Every child is pure. You know, this child is innocent. That is the meaning of innocent. So when you come, after finishing Ramadan, we are coming back to the fitrah. That's what the meaning of Eid al-Fitr, to celebrate our innocence, to celebrate our purity, to celebrate our nature. That is the importance of meanings of fitrah. So coming back again, the goals of fasting, the third one I'd like to mention basically is rebuilding our human character. You know, one of the dilemma that we have in doing rituals is disconnections between heavenly teaching and earthly realities. Heavenly teaching is all beautiful. Heavenly teaching says, be peaceful. Heavenly teaching says, be honest. Heavenly teaching says, be just. Heavenly teaching says, don't lie to people. Heavenly teaching says, being helpful, kind, everything is so beautiful from the heaven. But when we come down to the earth, looks like the opposite. That is the realities of the Muslims sometimes. We believe in good things, but we do the opposite. So when we are in the masjid, we believe that we must pray because we want to connect ourselves to God, to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because God is so pure, God is so holy. But the moment we finish our prayer and going to our real life, the essence of the prayer has already disconnected. We wash our hand, means your hand must be pure. You cannot take things that do not belong to you. Outside we steal. We wash our tongue, our mouth, means we have to purify, we have to cleanse our tongue so that we can say bad words. That is in the masjid. But outside of the masjid, we do every single bad. We say every single words. We are gossiping, spreading rumors, spreading fitna, backbite, this tongue. Okay? So that is what I call disconnection. So in the month of Ramadan, Muslims are doing rituals. We are not eating, we are not drinking. But what does it mean not eating and drinking? It means that you have to shape your desire, your ego, to become a better human being. And what does it mean to be a better human being? Best in human character. Humble, friendly, being kind, being honest. That's what better human being. And Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, you know, he always mentioned the relation between rituals and social impact. Rituals, practices that we do must have social impact in humans' life. And I mentioned about salat. But let's take about fasting. When you do fast, the essence of fasting is to restrain, to abstain, to hold, to control. Now, take this teaching into our social life. Now, Muslims are so angry. Why? Because there are some oppression happening in the Muslim land. Of course, we acknowledge that. But now we are fasting. What does it mean fasting? You have to control yourself. You have to restrain yourself. Even though you are angry, but Islam teaches you how to express your anger, and that is positive. What does it mean positive? Maybe people oppress you because you are weak economically. So what is the positive response? Empower yourself economically. Maybe people oppress you because you are politically corrupt. So what you have to do? Organize yourself in political life. That is the best way to express our anger. Not to bomb, as what happened in Turkey. Not to hijack, as what happened in Bangladesh. Because they feel that they are being oppressed, and then you kill innocent people, Muslim and non-Muslims, in the month of Ramadan. This is all against the teaching of Islam. So if we are consistent with the teaching of fasting, we are going to exiting from Ramadan as a better human being. Our human character will be the best. And that's what we call akhlaq in Islam. So we are going to see that when the Muslim end the month of Ramadan, you are going to have even best human character, best akhlaq in their life.
So sometimes about Eid, there is a hadith, I think, that they should not go to Eid field who didn't perform fasting and other rituals in the month of Ramadan. What is that?
You know, it is just to remind the Muslims to do fast in the month of Ramadan, because what is the purpose of going to the field to pray Eid if you didn't fast? So be careful of that. But if it happened that you didn't fast, it doesn't mean that you cannot go. You can still go, because in the Eid there is a shi'ar. There is something to show to the people that Islam is so beautiful. We can gather together, celebrating good things during the Eid celebration.
So Eid gathering also one kind of social thing?
Yeah, it comprises of social. And that's why the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ says that when you pray Eid, bring every single person in your house, even the woman who happen to have menstruation, haid, have monthly menstruation. Still, she can go to the field. She didn't pray. She is not praying, but she can go because there is a social impact where you are gathering together. You are meeting your friends. You are social connection. You are visiting one another's home. Sometimes we enjoy some food. This is the way we celebrate Eid, because Eid is been celebration. And so it has very beautiful social impact in the Muslim's life. And that's why everything, and even not only that, when you go to the field, go from one way and go back to a different way. Because why? So that people can see you more. The Muslims are here. Especially in America, I think it's even more appropriate. Come from these neighbors, so that this neighbor know, Muslims are here, and then return to your home from that neighbor, that street, so the neighbor in that way, in that street will know that Muslims are here. So it is all what we call in Arabic shi'ar of Islam, so that we can show the greatness of Islam, that Islam exists here in this particular area.
So what is it is only for Muslims, this kind of social gathering, Eid and anything?
No, basically, especially when you're living in a very diverse community such as the United States, we know that we are a minority, our neighbors majority are non-Muslims. It is good to invite our non-Muslim to come and witness what we do and enjoy with us if we have some food. In some communities, after prayer, they are preparing food. The Indonesian Muslim here in New York, we are praying on 48th Street, the Indonesian mosque. After the prayer, we serve like thousands of people food. So we prepare food, and all people are eating. People are eating after the prayer. And sometimes our neighbors happen to be non-Muslim, come and join us eating. Not only in the Eid, also in the iftar, for example. The non-Muslim friends are coming to enjoy the iftar. So it is a good opportunity to invite our neighbors, non-Muslim, to come and have the sense of Eid, the sense of celebration, so that they can feel what the Muslims are feeling that day. They will enjoy what the Muslims are enjoying during that day as well.
We'll take another break. We'll come back soon. Dear viewers, you are watching Vision for Success. Stay with us. Dear viewers, welcome back. You are watching Vision for Success. Here with us, Imam Shamsi. So again we come to the verses of you are talking the Eid is it essential if somebody doesn't attend the
Eid.
Jamaat Eid or some things?
No, Eid is highly obligatory. It is called Sunnah Muakkada. In the language of Imam Abu Hanifa is wajib, but it means not fard. So it means if you don't do it, it's nothing to do with your fasting. So if you happen, because of you are late, because of any reason, because you have to go to work, for example, that you don't do it, it doesn't mean that it has impact on your fast. Your fast will be accepted, inshallah, because it is only highly recommended. And that is very sad when some Muslims are so much into Eid. They pay attention too much into Eid, but they didn't pay attention into Salatul Fajr. You know, sometimes they are coming to the field, they didn't pray Fajr. Very sad. You know, that is sad. So we have to remind our brothers and sisters, Muslims, that, you know, there are some obligatory things that you have to make it priorities. The 5 times daily prayer. You know, sometimes Taraweeh even. People are coming to Taraweeh, they didn't pray Isha. You know, just come, wanted to join Taraweeh. You know, the other night there is a person, he came, and he said, how many rakat already? So I asked him, did you pray Isha? And he said, no. So we pray Isha first. It means, it looks like Taraweeh is more important than Isha.
Yeah.
Now, similarly with Eid. Some people think that Eid is so important. That's why you see, fill up full. But when you go to the Salat, not many Muslims are doing Salat 5 times daily. So this is something that Muslims must fix their mindset. There's something wrong in the minds of the Muslims. And so it is not obligatory, by the way. I think the last point I'd like to mention about why this celebration is so important, why we have to celebrate, why we also have to be happy. Because during the month of Ramadan, we are able to build a sense of justice, a sense of fairness in life. You know, one of the dilemma that we are facing as human beings, Muslims and non-Muslims these days, the absence of justice in humans' life. And that absence of justice had created a lot of problems. Terrorism, violent tendencies, people are angry, you know, because there is no justice. In the Muslim lands, why some Muslims, young people are so angry? Because their governments are not just. The government are so rich, they oppress the people, they don't give them opportunity to express themselves. They manipulate people's life. They enjoy themselves with their family, but people are living very bad. And that's why some of those are expressing themselves in a very bad ways. Terrorism, for example. So Ramadan teaches us how to build a sense of justice. Feel as those people who are suffering feel. You can imagine if you have 6 kids. Those kids are sitting on the street because they don't have anywhere to go for shelter. They don't have any food to eat. They don't have any water to drink. Feel that, have that sense of feelings. That's what it calls human solidarity. When you have this human solidarity, you're going to build a sense of justice in life. You know, in America is a powerful country. New York is considered the center of capitalism. You have Wall Street. Wall Street is the center of finance. If Wall Street is collapsed, the whole center of finance in the world economy will collapse. Everywhere else. But imagine if you are walking in the street of New York, Manhattan at night, especially around Madison Square Garden or around Times Square, how many people are homeless? You know, this is so sad in a country such as in America, powerful country, economically, politically, everything here is superpower country. New York is the center of economy, the center of money. But you see people are out there, there is no place to go to sleep at night. It is so sad. More than 80% of wealth here in this country is owned by only 2% or less than 2%. So what kind of justice they were talking about if you don't have that justice in life? And that's why Ramadan is teaching us, because we don't eat, we don't drink. There's a good opportunity to feel the feelings of unfortunate, the feeling of suffering people.
So what about the fitra we pay?
And that's why the month of Ramadan is known as the Shahr Sadaqah, the month of charity. Paying zakat, compulsory charity, 2.5%, is not enough. At the end of Ramadan, you have to pay what we call zakatul fitra, because that is a symbol. I don't say that that is the solution. It is a symbol of commitment to feed the poor people. So it means that after Ramadan, you have to continue that commitment. When you give $10, $12 for one person, miskin, it's a symbol. It's a symbolic thing. After Ramadan, you have to continue that, feeding poor people around you. So that's what the Islamic responsibility.
So what is what should be our role for our Muslim brothers in different countries all around the world? those who are suffering?
I think the role is very clear. Number one is trying to do something so that you can ease the difficulties, the sufferings, send some aids and help to the Syrian refugees, for example. But not only that, I think more important for Muslim in the state, we have this opportunity to talk to the leaders, because America is still a superpower country. Many countries listen to America. It's a good opportunity for Muslim in America to have political access. Talk to your city councilman, talk to your congressman, talk to your president, that you have to do something. Help those people. You have to solve the problem in the Middle East. Do not manipulate it. Do not politicize it. Because some people, some powerful people of leaders, they are manipulating and politicizing the issue in the Middle East. And who are suffering? Not the leaders. The people are suffering. So we Muslims in America have that opportunity to talk to them. Not only giving them money, of course it's very important. Let's collect some money and help to Syria. But also we have to talk to our political leaders that they must involve
Political leaders here
in this country, because we are Americans. Mainstream political leaders.
Yeah.
We have to talk to the president. We have to talk to the city council. We have to talk to the congressman. They have to put a pressure to all sides who are fighting each other to stop fighting.
But are we taking enough initiative to do all these things?
Unfortunately not yet. I don't see that much. There are some Muslims are doing it, but we have a limited. I think it's now time to unite and do it as one community, Ummah, Muslim community here in this state.
Particularly we are scared, I think, because most of the time we don't take any initiative like that.
America is a blessing. In America, in order for you not to be scared, you have to do your responsibility. In order for you not to be intimidated, not to be attacked, not to be considered weak and marginalized, you have even to empower yourself and take participation in the political process. So don't go and hide. Get out and show yourself and take participation in the political life. You will be empowered.
So you're talking about that the community here can play a role to influence their home country politics also.
Yes, because America is a superpower. And if America voices something to the world will listen. And we can make America to voice. We can make America to say something. Because we are part of this country. We are American Muslims and we are part of the citizen. And president must listen to his citizen.
So we should get involved more in mainstream politics here.
Not should, must. We have to take our responsibility. It is both civic and religious responsibility for Muslim Americans to take part in the election, in the process of politics here in this country.
Okay, brother, thank you very much. What is your final word? Because for the last 1 month we have been talking. Inshallah, we'll continue. But for the viewers, about what is your final advice?
We had said a lot of things, from politics to economy, to social issues, to cultural issues, to religious issues. But I think the best to end this is don't forget to pray. Because prayer, dua, is powerful. It is mentioned in the Quran, وَإِذَا سَأَلَكَ عِبَادِي عَنِّي فَإِنِّي قَرِيبٌ أُجِيبُ دَعْوَةَ الدَّاعِ إِذَا دَعَانِ فَلْيَسْتَجِيبُوا لِي وَلْيُؤْمِنُوا بِي لَعَلَّهُمْ يَرْشُدُونَ. So we have to pray that may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us solution. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help this ummah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala empower this ummah. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala open the mind and the hearts of the Americans so that they can see what true Islam is all about.
So you want to wish the viewers, Mark?
And of course I want to wish all of you, after watching our episodes, inshallah, Eid Mubarak to all of you. May Allah accept from all of us. Eid Mubarak.
Thank you very much, brother. Shamsi Ali, we have been for the last whole month. Inshallah, we'll continue after Eid. Thanks once again. দর্শক, আকীদা আল্লাহর সাথে সম্পর্ক, সুন্দর ব্যবহার পূর্ণাঙ্গ মুসলমান হওয়ার জন্য অপরিহার্য। অপরিহার্য হচ্ছে জ্ঞান, অপরিহার্য হচ্ছে ভিশনারি হওয়া। ভিশনারি উদ্যোক্তারাই বদলে দিতে পারেন সমাজ ও অর্থনীতি। ভিশন, আত্মবিশ্বাস, পরিশ্রম এবং ধারাবাহিক চেষ্টা এনে দিতে পারে সাফল্য। আসুন সফলতার জন্য সেভাবে চেষ্টা করি, নতুন প্রজন্মকে ভিশনারি উদ্যোক্তা ও পরিশ্রমী হতে এবং ইতিবাচক ভাবতে শেখাই। অনুষ্ঠান সম্পর্কে আপনার পরামর্শ মতামত লিখুন visionforsuccessus@gmail.com। অনুষ্ঠানটি প্রচারিত হবে প্রতিদিন রাত ৯টায়, পুনঃপ্রচার সকাল ১১টা এবং দুপুর ২টা ৩০ মিনিটে। ইনশাআল্লাহ আবারও দেখা হবে। আসসালামু আলাইকুম। ঈদ মুবারক।